Welcome to the employments page. Here we're going to be looking at the 3 employment contracts that you need to know about when entering the workforce, because these detail very specific details and you need to realise them. And they could come in handy when you're working around in the workforce. So there are 3 contracts. They are award, enterprise agreements and individual agreements. So to begin, an award is a very large document that outlines minimum wage and working conditions for a specific type of work. Now, what it actually outlines is conditions like rates of pay, hours of work, break times, and leaves. Now, the point of this is that it's great to actually kind of lay out an entire regulation and document over a big area rather than doing it individually to each centre. It sets a standard, really, and the rest up to businesses else to decide. So if you want to look up an award yourself, you could go to the Fair Work Ombudsman and look up the list of awards. There's a link there if you want to go on the website and check it out. If you're actually on the website now, go ahead and check if you want. The certain types you find in there are like retail, fast food. There's awards set under those types of names for what industry you're really working in. Maybe going down to enterprise agreements. These are sort of negotiations that can be created when there's an issue with a workplace and a group of workers. So the workers go up to their employer and their business and they negotiate terms. Now, the employees don't do it themselves. They can be represented by a trade union, which is important because they represent mostly an entire group of workers, such as the Australian Workers Union, which is much more about manual labour, or a mediator. So really the idea is here, group of employees go to their business employer and then they discuss an issue. This can be a pretty big a deal. Like, this can get pretty big and it can usually end up maybe getting really publicised when unions take action, because there's usually a lot of members in them. So an example here I've documented here would be, say, a group of workers in a factory having to pull a lever each time very frequently and there's no ergonomic function on the lever. So they discuss with their employer to include some kind of ergonomic handle into it. And once I do that, when that negotiation is done and it does go into the workplace, then it is an enterprise agreement. A group of employees that work together to create some kind of difference to the workplace. Moving on to the last one, which is individual agreements. This is all about individuals rather than groups of employees going together to their employer and making out certain details into their workplace. So a great example here is a handicapped employee who's in a wheelchair and needs to get to his desk. But it's either go up a long way around the stairs or put a ramp on the stairs. Now, he goes to his employer and he contacts him and he says, "Hey, we gotta put a ramp there so I can get to my office. I can get to my desk quicker." And then the employer will think they'll negotiate and they'll figure out some kind of conclusion. And if the actual ramp is put on the stairs, well then that's an individual contract because he's going up the stairs and he's had a change to his workplace. Another example would be, say someone wants more leave in this time. That'd be another one. That'd be another negotiation with the employee and their employer, and they negotiate some kind of arrangement. Thank you for listening.